Good morning, my people. You're welcome to today's political broadcast. Today, we are still discussing Nigerian politics. Now, we have reports that U.S. President Donald Trump is planning to use former Nigeria's president Goodluck Jonathan against Tinubu in the coming elections. I repeat, U.S. President Donald Trump is planning to use former Nigeria's president Goodluck Jonathan against Tinubu in the coming 2027 general elections. Remember, in 2015, the then president, Jonathan, accused the United States of interfering in the election that brought Buhari to power. I repeat, remember that in 2015, Goodluck Jonathan accused Obama and the United States of interfering in the elections that brought Buhari to power. The question is there a possibility that a foreign influence will determine who becomes president in Nigeria? Yes, is there a possibility that Donald Trump can use a Jonathan against Tinubu 2027? Now, let's look at this. Jonathan is different from Tinubu. Yes, Tinubu understands the political game. Jonathan seems to be a novice. There's a possibility that foreign powers might be working to replace Tinubu or what have you, because they may suspect that Tinubu is not doing their bidding. Like I said, the battles we are facing in Nigeria is more of external than internal. The issues we have with Yoruba and Igbo is not necessary at the point in time. That one is secondary. The main problem we have is external influence. I said this before, that the IMF, the World Bank, they will be dictating to African presidents how to implement policies. Yes, they will be giving them guidelines. Tinubu, do this one, do that one. If they refuse, the only way they can influence elections is to find somebody else they can use and cause unrest. Look at what happened in Nepal. Let's come back to Nigeria today. Now, the 2027 elections is between North and South. Northern Nigeria and Southern Nigeria. Like I said, only a Southerner can make it to the presidency. Atiku and any Northerner that is running at the point in time does not have any future at the presidency 2027. That is why, with this rumor or speculation that the US is looking for somebody they can use and replace Tinubu, they know that a Northern candidate at this point in time, they know that a Northern candidate cannot be sellable to the Nigerian people, whether it is from South or whether the voters are from Southern Nigeria or Northern Nigeria. It is only a Southern candidate that can be sellable. Three of them. We have a Peter Obi, we have a Tinubu, and we have Jonathan. I've said it. The coalition, the ADC, if they are reading the handwriting on the wall, if they understand the times and season, it is the season for a Southern presidency. So looking at it critically, like I told you the other time, that the next election, you will see Jonathan there. Whether it is from PDP or ADC, I don't know. You will see Peter Obi there. You will see Tinubu there, and you will see Atiku there. So there's a plan by the US to use Jonathan to upstage a Tinubu, to pressure him or what have you. This is coming from a report. But be it as it may, the point here is that we are going to have a Southern presidency come 2027. So if you're a Northern and you're watching and you're a Northern politician, just know that you have lost the election ahead. Even foreign influences will not be willing to use a Northerner in the next election. Why would a Donald Trump use Jonathan to upstage Tinubu? There are many reasons, but let me just point one or two. Yes, the last time Tinubu spoke on this global politics, he said that he has met his revenue for the month, in the month of August, his 2025 revenue. He has met his mark. He doesn't care what Trump and others will be doing to the other side. Like I said, your oil in Nigeria is being controlled by OPEC, directly or indirectly. Most of the companies that drill your oil, you see, now oil, they give us food for Nigeria. Take away oil, we will go bankrupt. Most of the companies that drill your oil, they are international companies. We do not have sole sovereignty over our resources. Don't let the politicians lie to you. Now, it is OPEC that will tell you, they will tell you, say, now so amount be barrel. I tell you, now OPEC could tell you, say, so amount of money. If it's, they will peg it at $50 per barrel. That is why, even though you build refineries, we are saying in the other time, even though Tinubu build more refineries, that does not automatically bring down the price of fuel, because you are the one refining your own oil. Because there's an international market everybody must abide by. If it is $50 per barrel, it is not you, an African country, that will determine whether it is $50 per barrel. It is OPEC. So there's a sort of control on your own natural resources. Even mining companies, I went and I did research on most of the companies that are invested in our top oil construction or oil drilling companies. Most of them are from the abroad. So there's a possibility. There's not even a possibility. We are being controlled. I have said this before, that the day Nigeria decides that it's going to industrialize against all odds, that is when the global powers that are very that you think that they are not visible, that is when they will come out and they will tell you that no, don't go here and go here. The other day, Hilda Bassi cooked the largest Nigerian pot of jollof rice that was served to a lot of people. She made the Guinness Book of Record. And I said that let the same Hilda Bassi or somebody like her, a young person like her, start building a nuclear reactor. That is when you know, say, some people know what to get nuclear weapon. Except that of South Africa. Start making sure that you are independent of the West. Start getting you building industries, managing 80% of your own resources. That is when you will know, say, there are some people watching you. Look at Venezuela today. Venezuela. The US is sending their planes and everything to Venezuela because Venezuela does not want to be a puppet of the United States. Now they are killing people in Venezuela with allegations of they are doing this, they are bringing drugs and everything. Everything US does, these global powers does, they always find an accusation. Look at the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Look at the FBI case files. Look at the drug whatever. You see? So there's more than this Yoruba-Igbo fight you are fighting. I've said it before that we need to unite as a country. Sorry, as a region. First, Southern Nigeria needs to unite. The people that doesn't want Nigeria to be developed or to prosper, they love this rivalry going on between the Yorubas and the Igbo. Irrespective of our differences, we can still unite. But some people don't see far. It is what they will eat. It is the fufu and the amala they will chop now. And the agbada and the ishagu they will wear now that they are concerned about. They are not concerned about tomorrow. Then when tomorrow comes now, they'll be wondering, how did we get here? It is you people that are not seeing the playbook, the handwriting on the wall that these people... You see, when Jonathan said that Obama was involved in me losing election, people saw him as a madman because many people don't have that understanding. Even people who go school, who get PhD, who get master's degree, they don't even have the understanding that there's a way these guys are controlling you. It is your politicians that are in power that know. They cannot reveal it to you. Have you heard of Samuel Doe? Have you heard of how the West used Samuel Doe against his own people? Have you heard of Charles Taylor? How they used him? You see, Nigerians, we need to come to the understanding that our battles within us, they are the smallest. They are created by these guys. In the whole of Africa, Africa as a continent never had boundaries. It is the Oyibo that come and they demarcate, they say you boundary, that boundary, that boundary. Without the boundaries then, we still preserve our culture and heritage, except for the Fulani Wahala, left, right, and center, and the Arabs were invading, and the Oyibos. We didn't have that such boundaries like they gave us now to divide us, conquer us, and rule us. They gave us boundaries and they now shared Africa among themselves. Look at France. We didn't have many years of Mali, Burkina Faso giving them quick notice. There is almost recession in France. The president Macron should resign because of there is so much problem, economical problem with France. So a lot of problems that we are facing are external. So if you tell me that Trump will be planning to use a Jonathan against Tinubu, there's every possibility, my brother, the US cannot survive except it poses itself as the police of the world. If he doesn't show himself as the big brother, he cannot survive. You see what China, you see what India, you see what Russia is doing. US is not happy. North Korea, all these countries are coming together to form their own bloc because it is the dollar that they use to control the economy of the world. Everything is almost put in dollar, the American dollar. So replacing it with another currency is a threat to the United States. The United States is interested in what goes on in the biggest black nation on earth. They want to be sure that their interest is preserved in Nigeria. So if they can do anything to make sure their interest, look at how they remove Jonathan. They put a Buhari that would align to their interests. Buhari a Fulani. Like I said, Fulani, one of the major the Fulani politicians, political class, they know that they don't have a heritage in Nigeria. They know that they are bastard when it comes to Nigeria soil. They came from outside. And they are having so much influence, control, and possessions and whatever, access to power. They can do anything for anybody so that they can remain in that position that they are. Because they know that if Nigeria is structured today, they are the biggest losers. They will be sent packing. Even by another time, Hausa people will wake up. So, Jonathan, like I said, is a threat to Tinubu. Whatever happens in 2027 is going to be a wonderful thing. I just noticed of recent, P2B and co, they are confusing everybody. I don't know whether it is a smart political move, but me, I'm here. I'm here to just learn. We are learning politically. Since 2015 till now, we have been studying and understanding some of the things that are happening, the events unfolding. We are now understanding Nigerian politics. Even from 2022 till now, what transpired then till now, a lot of things have been uncovered. So what Anobi is doing, it doesn't belong, we don't know whether it's Labour Party, we don't know where it's ADC, we don't know where it belongs to. And he's visiting Jonathan, they are meeting themselves, doing one or two things. We don't know what they are up to, but we are waiting and watching. Let's see how it transpires. If Tinubu wants to restructure Nigeria, he will be offending the Western powers. Yes, that is a clear truth. If he wants to restructure Nigeria, he will be offending the Western powers. Now, the way Tinubu is going now, with the Southwest having a lot of support from his own presidency, with the appointment of the Yorubas left, right, center, it is going to be good if he restructures the country so that he can save what he has invested in the Southwest. Because, you know what? If the Northerner or a Fulani take over from Tinubu, there can be a lot of changes and they will permanently not want a Yoruba man to become president. It is a possibility. Look at how the Igbos fared after the war. How the military planned to dismantle Igbo land, former old Southeast region. They divided it. We have Delta State. We have everything. They scattered them so that they cannot come together again and ask that Nigeria will be divided. They made sure an Igbo man pushed for removal of the referendum from the constitution. Blot that place of secession out from the constitution. They made sure that an Igbo man did such. And so would it happen to the Southwest because everybody has their own time. Now is the time of the Southwesterners. Maybe the next 10 years or 12 years. But I know that after Tinubu's regime, there will be a reset. Tinubu has to reset Nigeria before they reset him. Now, he should also understand that he needs to unite Southern Nigeria. Very, very critically important. If he does what he does this first term, he should use the second term because I believe a Southerner is going to be president. There's nothing you want to do about it. There's nothing. Even the so-called conspiracy theorists and those that allege that US want to use Jonathan, they knew that it is Southerner that has that seat. So I know Atiku would not want to, politicians are generally selfish, so they want to push themselves on Nigerians. He will fail woefully. That is clear. And when he fails, he doesn't make up 2027. They are going to, his own people from Northern Nigeria, they are going to relegate him to the backyard. I've been saying this, and you watch how it is going. So if Tinubu does not align South, in case he does not restructure Nigeria, most important, he needs to align Southern Nigeria. Let them become united politically, not culturally. politically, we can actually understand ourselves that because of politicians are desperate, they will be planting division here and there. All this Yoruba Igbo stuff, I'm not tired of it though, because I know it's going to lead to something. And some people, because they refuse to, because of, I don't know, they think that they have not seen civilizations erased before. Maybe in their own lifetime, they believe that as they are living, they don't care about the next generation. They don't care. That's the problem with black man and our forefathers. You think that what you are doing now is going to is benefiting you now. You don't know that if you are going to survive in this world, you must form alliance. And who are the closest alliance you are going to form? Are you going to form alliance with the Fulani or the Hausas? How do you, is there any resemblance? Even though the Islam you practice, the way you practice Islam, how does it correlate? Is there any similarity? There's no similarity. Yes, there's no similarity. But you leave people that you have to, wow. I don't know how we fell off. I know because of politics that we are escalating this fast. But I can assure you, the US, the global powers, they can use any means to make sure that they put you divided and they kick you out. Tinubu, very sure, as it is now, if anything changes, I will talk. As it is now, 70% Tinubu is winning the election, irrespective of what. Whether they use Jonathan, You will not say Tinubu self, no be, he can reach a compromise. He's a politician. Maybe they are telling him to do something he's not doing, maybe. Or he's not agreeing to what they are doing. But he's a politician. See, his first ambition, I've said it before, that he wants to become president for 8 years. That is one he wants to achieve in life. And as a president, he has immunity now within the Nigerian soil. How many presidents do you see that they have interrogated or investigated? How many? It's not Tinubu's turn that they will start it. So himself, he in there safe. So he wants to complete his 8 years. He knows the kind of power he has. He knows the kind of politics we are running in Nigeria today. So he doesn't care. So even though it takes half of Nigeria to go down, he will become that president. So the Trump and everything, threat and everything, does not apply to the person of Tinubu. I have said it before that you people don't know President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He looks like someone that is not so inspiring, so calm demeanor, not. But when you study the guy, let me not use bad name for the president. I'm telling you, the guy, he changed like weather. The time that you don't expect from him, that's when he shock you the most. So for that election, if it is for Trump using Jonathan, Jonathan self, he should save his face. You know why I say he should save his face? What is the thing? What are the things that Jonathan wants to come and tell us now that he wants to do? He should come and sit us down. What does Jonathan want to do differently? Under his government, he do smell. So he wants to come and become another puppet. We don't want puppet of any West because, number one, the problem we find ourselves today, holistically, is from external influence. I'm telling you, look at Libya. Look at Thomas Sankara. Look at Burkina Faso. Look at what's going on. France have killed more African leaders than the West has killed more African leaders than every other person. But we are here sitting down there fighting ourselves. You people should continue fighting yourself. Igbo, Yoruba, but there's one thing that is sure. Nobody can extinguish anybody in Nigeria. It is only the people that are watching you that decide who extinguish each other. If there's civil war today, Yorubas cannot kill the Igbo finish. Igbo cannot kill Yorubas finish. You still come back to the one Nigeria. The people that, you see how the Igbos fought Biafra and they wanted out of Nigeria. They fought and made sure that they brought them back to Nigeria. Why did they not annihilate all of them? Why? They fought and they brought them back into Nigeria. So that is the whole thing. If you fight yourself, you want to destroy yourself, you go back, they will bring you back to factory setting in the same one Nigeria. Because of one Nigeria, we cannot move forward as a country. As a people, we cannot choose for ourselves our future. We cannot determine our future. Our future is determined to us by some international bodies. And you see, when I don't know how the African mind is, because the education we are giving ourselves today, it has so much damaged our brain. Our curriculum, academic curriculum, has damaged our thinking system. We are thinking like slaves. We are not thinking out of the box. We are thinking like people that cannot forge a path for ourselves, cannot lead ourselves. Any small thing, we have leadership problem because of the system that have been created for us by these colonialists. And they will pump him money. Samuel Doe, they gave him money so that he can push the agenda. They gave him money and weapons until Charles Taylor came and took over from Samuel Doe. At the end of the day, Charles Taylor committed genocide. Now the same people will send a message. Now he will come kill the same Charles Taylor. What is the interest of the West in the politics of Nigeria? Why are we killing ourselves over what is going on in the West, in the US or France or what have you? Any sport that happens in Africa, they want to intervene. Intervene for what? We never ask for your help. It is when we see. I know that our leaders mostly are cowards. They don't see if they are patriotic Nigerians, they will be taking actions, suicidal actions. You know, when you are a man of your house, you have your children, you are the father of your children, you love your children, your wife and your family, you can die for them. But your politicians don't love you, they cannot die for you, they cannot anything that will save their face. They can even sell you. That's how some of our leaders over then they sold their people as, even in Igbo land, slave trade. Sold them as slave. Africans selling Africans as slaves. Look at what's happening in South Africa today. Black Africans are hating on their fellow blacks, while the people that put them in bondage are still in the same country. I'm telling you, are still in the same country, taking over their lands, taking over their economy, controlling everything, and they are few in population. But the problem they have is they are blacks. That is why an average South African will never, every other African country can experience true independence. But South Africa will be the last country in the world that can even experience true independence because of their mindset. They create a system for you and they work on your mindset, your psychology. You don't know anything other than slavery. Learning to work, not learning to think and create. You just want to learn. An average graduate wants to go to school, get the highest grades, and work in an oil company. That is his reality. If there's no jobs, they will be crying. Why you are supposed to learn, think, and create. That's how the world works. But none of them does what they are doing. They are just there. See, may God help Nigeria. May God in heaven help Nigeria.